Hey y'all, it's your girl Monét, and welcome back to the Exchange Rate, a show where we double dog dare you to try to prove that reverse racism is a thing. Today is a day like any other day where we live in the extremes. We have one of the most beloved queens in Drag Race history, the extremely delightful Jujubee is here. And later, we're getting the hot goss on Emmys and possible All-Stars appearances with the infamous Willam Belli. Can we have an echo RuPaul effect on that? That would be cute. But first, let's get into the gig. Hit it! So over the weekend, Black is King happened. And I have to be honest, I got through about half of it. Not because I didn't want to get through the whole thing, but like, it's fierce. Black is King is fierce. Let me just start by saying that. But like, at like 37 minutes, I was like, oh my God, I still have a little less than an hour left. This is like a lot. And like, I had stuff to do. I'm gonna finish it, but it was like, it's an hour and a half. Like, that is a commitment. Like, that's a lot. But you know, it had to stop the internet from coming for it. Essence Magazine, like the Black publication, put out a whole article kind of discrediting Black is King. And I feel like, I get it, we all have opinions and we want to let our opinions fly, let everyone know what we think, but I'm just like, some of the points are valid, but it's just like, Jesus Christ, we're just always coming at everything, it's like a little much. And like, again, some of them are valid, but like, let it breathe for a minute. Like, let's like sit with it for a second before we like try to cut Beyonce off at the knees and call her an appropriator and a this and an XYZ and a this and a that. It's like a lot. And you know, let's just relax. And another thing going on is that y'all know I am a sucker for shade, and I can smell shade a mile away. And Hallmark, it was shaded by Lifetime because Lifetime put out an article, and this Christmas they're putting their first movie out with an LGBTQ lead. Now, you know this is in direct response to Hallmark with their 40 movies and no LGBTQ plus people. And is it a little performative? Sure. Am I living? Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, yeah, shade those motherfuckers. Shade them into having more queer people. And at the end of the day, we winning because there's more representation. So I'm all for the Shade Fest. More shade, more queer people and stories. Like, let us get it together. And with that being said, let's get into the stories because shit is hot, shit is popping, and I have a lot to talk about. So boom. First up, Tamar Braxton. Now, I guess my notifications for the Shade Room have gone off. I think Patty shut them off because he's shady. He doesn't like me to be up on the up and up. But the Shade Room put out stuff a while back about Tamar, but I'm just hearing about it. And it's honestly, it's a little sad. If you don't know who Tamar Braxton is, a lot of people know, a lot of the Drag Race fans know her because she had that iconic moment on the show where she made a comment and they were like, do you even watch the show, Tamar? And Tamar Braxton, and she got really famous from the Braxton Family Values, which is a WeTV reality show about the Braxtons. Famous for Toni Braxton, obviously, but like all of them can sing and they're like a really tight family. And this show started off in 2011, and Tamar immediately became a fan favorite. Like, people are obsessed with her personality, like her persona, like everything about her. It's like very electric. Like, we like Tamar. She's like larger than life. She's vibrant. She's fierce. And then Tamar got her spinoff with her husband. The show's called Tamar and Vince on We as well. And if you don't know Vince, bitch, you should know. Vince, Tamar's ex-husband, he's like credited with like starting Gaga's career. Like, he was like her manager. And like, he got Gaga. So many G's. Good. GG good. He like got Gaga like popping. So he's like really credited with that for like giving us Lady Gaga. And she filed for divorce in 2017. But what I didn't know is that on July 16th, Tamar was hospitalized after she was found unconscious in her home. And, you know, her family, everyone was speculating, like, what happened? What happened to Tamar? Like, what's going on? Like how is she unconscious? And apparently, she's come out as trying to commit suicide. Like, she's been so bogged down by the pressures of reality fame. And, you know, she had successful songs too, Love and War. No! Like she has like some really popular songs. So with like reality TV fame and music fame and like cameras all day long, and you think about these reality shows on We. First of all, they come out with like 14 seasons a year. So probably a good majority of your year is having a camera in your face, following you around all day long, every day, shooting scenes, this and that and the other. It's a lot. So nearly 2 weeks after she was hospitalized, she's speaking out and saying that she attempted suicide after suffering pain for the past 11 years while working in the entertainment industry. She has a reality show with her family. She has her spin-off show. She has albums that have come out, which her albums have been really popular. She had that really successful song, Love and War. Love! What? I don't know the song that well, but it was a really popular hit. And it's a lot. And, for someone who has worked in reality TV, I can tell you, like, it is a lot. And Tamar is light years more famous than I am. But reality TV is really hard. And fans can be really fucking mean. Just go back to old episodes of this show and look through the comments. Fans are mean and nasty. And it could be a lot to deal with. So Tamar had this to say. I was betrayed, taken advantage of, overworked, and underpaid. I wrote a letter over 2 months ago asking to be freed from what I believed was excessive and unfair. I explained in personal detail the demise I was experiencing. My cry for help went totally ignored. However, the demands persisted. It was my spirit and my soul that was tainted the most. Reality TV personalities have no union, no code of protection, no formal representation that protects our labor, rights, or our voices. They promise us opportunity but produce exploitation, which has only developed a poor portrayal of Black people in show business. And this looks really bad on We, because what I'm surmising from this is that maybe she asked to be let go of her contract, or she didn't want to film anymore. But back when she probably signed the contract 11 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was, she probably signed for X amount of seasons or X amount of years, so she's probably still in this contract. And so I'm not saying they're responsible for her attempting to take her life, but there is something there to be said. And, WeTV has responded, and they will honor Tamar's request to end future work with them altogether. But they are going to still have her premiere on the show that they've recorded. It was supposed to air already, or in August, but they're pushing it to September 10th. So I guess that's a happy medium. And God forbid, knock on wood, oh, there's plastic in my wig. That's how you get the volume work. God forbid something was to happen to Tamar. I'm not saying it's the network's fault, but the fact that, because maybe she recorded something that she's really afraid of seeing on TV. Like, who knows? But, hopefully she stays healthy and she stays safe. So, Tamar, stay good, sis. Don't let this get you down. You will get through this. You're fierce, you're strong, you're beautiful. And she has a really big family support system that really loves her and they really care for her, So hopefully she'll be good. But love and light to you, boo. And yeah. Reality TV can be tough. It's shady. Something that's super shady and I'm all the way here for is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, y'all already know, Real Housewives of Atlanta is my favorite of the franchise. I think it's the best. It's the fiercest. I love that show. And sources say that this season is about to be all the way popping. Number one, there were rumors that Monique, like the actor, comedian Monique, was going to be on the season. That's since been debunked. But y'all know she flies, she gets buck wild. So I was super excited for that. That's not happening. But allegedly, if you watch the show, Apollo Nida is out of jail. And it's rumored, mama, that he is going to be on the next season, as a cast member. So, Apollo Nida. So Apollo used to date Phaedra. They were together. They separated. He was supposed to be in jail for 8 years. But he only had to serve 5 with parole, that whole thing. And allegedly him and Peter, who was Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband, they're going to be the first male cast members in Housewives of Atlanta. I don't see that it's called The Real Housewives of Atlanta. They'll have to change the title to Real House People of Atlanta, or I don't know how that's going to look. But allegedly, Apollo and Kenya have this budding romance. And that's going to be portrayed on the show, which, girl, that would literally blow my mind. Apollo has gone on saying that Kenya's ex, Mark, is a dickhead. classy. And Kenya said, I guess he's calling it as he sees it. So people are alleging that they've been flirting on social media. They've been like dropping hints that may be a storyline because Kenya and Mark are trying to work it out. But allegedly, Apollo is swooping on in, girl, and making Kenya smell the roses and give her butterflies. If Kenya and Apollo are dating, that is literally going to make my 2020. It's already shitty, so I can only go up from here. But I hope it's true. I hope he's part of the show. And it will be so finger-licking good. I can't wait. Please, Jesus. Lord, I don't ask for much. I asked for titties. You gave me those. And I'm just asking that Apollo be part of the season and be with Kenya and then bring Phaedra back next season of the season after that. And it's just going to be just an amalgamation of pure craziness and insanity on Housewives of Atlanta. And I am all the way here for it. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that would be a fair storyline, Kenya and Apollo getting together after he was so mean and nasty and shaded to her with Phaedra? But to be fair, he's fucking hot. And bitch, I would be all the way down to swirl all up in Apollo's whatever. All up and through it. I'll be just swirling, bitch. Swirling. Hey! Press the mute. The GLAAD Awards. Did y'all know that the GLAAD Awards happened? Like, how did I miss that? Also, why aren't the GLAAD Awards televised? Like the Grammys and stuff like that. I feel like it's a big enough thing. Don't y'all think so? Anyway, the GLAAD Awards happened. And if you know what the GLAAD Awards are, you need to come up out of that rock that you up under, because it's a really, really, really big platform to that recognizes queer visibility in entertainment, and it's really fair. Some of the night's biggest winners: Lil Nas X won for Outstanding Music Artist. Dolly Parton won for Best Individual Show for her Netflix show Heartstrings, Two Doors Down, which featured like a queer people. Outstanding Drama went to Pose, and Schitt's Creek got Outstanding Comedy Series, and the documentary State of Pride on YouTube. I don't know, stuff on YouTube can win. Like, you can nominate things for YouTube. Is The Exchanger going to be nominated for a GLAAD Award next year? Are we going to win? Could you imagine? Patty? I don't expect white people to celebrate my accomplishments. One of the really special moments was Chloe and Halle performed. Chloe and Halle, they performed Do It, and they had Draggers girls. They had Vanjie, Mayhem, and Naomi, and they dressed up as the Spice Girls. No shade, Naomi Smalls, you are the winner of this challenge. She looked perfect. Her take on Ginger Spice was everything. The bumped curly hair, the outfit, the silhouette, it was good. And then I will give Chloe, is Chloe the older one? Whoever dressed up as Scary Spice, the girl that dressed up as Scary Spice, I think that's Chloe. And she was second top suit of the week. Like, they both looked, and everyone looked good. I'm not saying that it always looked bad, but those two, for me, my eyes went immediately to those two, and I was like, that looks fierce. So congratulations to them. And another special moment happened was Gabriel Union and Dwyane Wade. I have to say, they are doing such a beautiful job as Black parents with their trans daughter. And like, I'm not about like commending people for just doing the right thing. Like, I don't get to celebrate you because you recognize that queer people are human beings. Like, that's just a given. Like, you should know that. But I think there's something to say about this Black family, because we know, as growing up as a Black person, I know that the Black community can have lots of struggles with LGBTQ folk, but they're handling their daughter Zaya so beautifully, and they just really are the standard of how parents should fucking treat their queer kids. I love it. They made some comments. Dwyane Wade went on to say, "We stand as allies with the LGBTQ plus community as proud parents of a transgender child." He thanked his daughter for teaching him about the LGBTQ community and how to help other families with acceptance. And then Gabrielle went on to mention the intersection of Black Lives Matter and Black Trans Lives Matter. And she said, "We are calling on all of our racial justice warriors out there to open your hearts and your minds to the LGBTQ plus community so we can empower each other to save lives." I just love it. I get chills every time I talk about them. They're so beautiful. Dwyane and Zaya had really cute outfits. Dwyane, I don't know what their hair was doing, but everything else was cute, and Zaya looked amazing, and they're just such a beautiful family. And can y'all adopt me? I'm really giving my little Annie hair girl. She's an orphan. Oh, a nail. Fuck! Miss Thing, someone people are not loving right now is motherfucking Ellen. Girl, this story is so deep, we just have to jump right on in, okay? It's so funny how someone can go from being like a pioneer in the LGBTQ struggle, you know, back in the day when she had a show, like when she came out as gay on her show, like she got like fired, she didn't work for like 4 years, like that was Ellen. She got a presidential Medal of Freedom award from Barack Obama, you know, those little cute blue medal things. And now people are like, fuck that hoe, no. And it's like, damn. So obviously, if you've ever watched the Ellen show, she has this persona of being like super sweet and super charming and super nice. And she's like walking through the audience and she's like dancing with people and she's like hip thrusting and booty bumping, like just living the dream. But apparently that is not what it's like backstage. Like it's a complete 180 and she's a literal monster, allegedly. So they say that she throws people under the bus. She demands the staff not to make eye contact with her and to only speak when spoken to. Patty, maybe you should listen to some of these rules. And I guess, like, and not the catalyst, because this has, like, there have been rumors of this. Even, like, Nikki Tutorial spoke out about it. But in March, Kevin T. Porter, a comedian, said that he went on Twitter saying that he wanted to exchange stories about about Ellen DeGeneres being rude, and he would make donations to the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank. And then, like, he got, like, over 2,000 responses from people, and some of the stories were, like, really petty. Things like, Ellen, like, has a sensitive nose, so before you enter her office, you have to, like, chew gum in case you have bad breath, etc. And allegedly, she got a waitress fired because she got chipped nail polish while she was serving her. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that. But they get more serious. God, this is a lot. So they're investigating accusations against the head writer and executive producer Kevin Lehman, and it's at the BuzzFeed article where they spoke to 36 former employees, and they all came out and corroborated stories of Kevin being inappropriate. They said it was common for Lehman to make sexually explicit comments in the office, like pointing at a colleague's pants and like pointing at their crotch for the bulge, and then asking them questions like, "Are you a top or a bottom?" Which again, I live in queer spaces. The majority of my career has been in nightlife, so I hear those things. But this is not workplace humor. You're not like, it's just inappropriate. It's wrong. You know what I mean? And obviously it follows the profile of many people who get sexually assaulted, where they're like young, low-level interns or whatever it is, and they're impressionable and they don't feel empowered to speak up because this person, he's an executive producer of the Ellen Show. He's powerful. So obviously you're not going to be like, well, he said this. So, you know, they don't feel empowered to. But now, girl, in this day and age, all it takes is one. And mama, everyone else under that who has ever felt anything is like, me motherfucking too. And they are well within their right to do so. And Kevin said this: "I'm horrified that some of the attempts at humor may have caused offense. I have always aimed to treat everyone on the staff with kindness, inclusivity, and respect. In my whole time on the show, to my knowledge, I've never had a single human resources or interpersonal complaint made about me, and I am devastated beyond belief that this kind of malicious and misleading article could be published." Girl, if 36 people are coming out, then maybe instead of blaming everyone else, look at your motherfucking self. Also, you're the head, you're the executive producer. Of course, human resources probably like, girl, we are not going to. You know, I mean, I have not worked in an office for a long time. I don't know the legalities and who knows the politics of y'all's workspace. We don't know that, but we know that 36 people have come out saying that you have been inappropriate sexually or otherwise. You know what I mean? And of course, people are like speculating that if Ellen's going to get canceled and they want James Corden to take over the show. I don't know about James Corden, but I've seen it trending on Twitter. They're saying like lots of female comedians. I've heard like Wanda Sykes being thrown in the ringer. I think Wanda Sykes would be a great daytime TV. She's so funny. I know her back from Fire Island. She is such a kiki on Fire Island. She is so queer. She's such a fucking lesbian. I love her. She'll be a great daytime TV show. So that's my vote. James Corden already got a nice show. We got you, boo. You got enough going on. Like, let's pass on to somebody else. But Ellen has spoken out about it. She's saying, one day on our show, I was told everyone in our first meeting that Ellen DeGeneres' show would be a place of happiness. Obviously, something changed, and I am disappointed to learn that this has not been the case. And for that, I am sorry. So she's kind of not taking any of the blame for it. She's kind of not speaking on any of the allegations against her about her being mean and nasty and rude. And she's not taking any ownership over the Kevin Lima stuff. And again, it was not her responsibility to make Kevin behave. But, you know, that behavior most likely comes from the top. You know, if you see Ellen behaving a certain way, it kind of empowers you to behave a certain way as well. So who's to say? Long story short, she's not being canceled. She's been renewed for her 18th season, and yeah, I don't know. This apology is giving me major. I'm giving Ellen a major side eye. Like, you're fucking Ellen. You're giving away cars and paying for people's college tuitions and shit. And that's all you have to say. We'll see where this story goes. I mean, we've seen public and internet pressure can fucking move mountains. So maybe I might get canceled, girl, and Wanda Sykes will be in. I'm here for it. Are you? And the last story I want to cover is TikTok. TikTok. This is a very intense story. Y'all know me. I am not the legal jargon or the very articulate about all this legal shit, but I'll do my best to explain it as best as possible. So for a long time, we've been hearing TikTok is supporting China. China is stealing our information. If you sign up for TikTok, don't use your real name because the Chinese government has all your information. Blah, 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 blah. Well, reports from The Guardian and The Washington Post are saying that TikTok had instructed its moderators to censor videos considered sensitive by the Chinese government. And TikTok is claiming that all these allegations are not true. We did not send any information to the Chinese government. No U.S. data has ever gone to China, ever, ever, ever. However, there is a Chinese intelligence law from 2014 and 2017 that requires companies to assist with government investigation and hand over all relevant data without refusal. So that means, like, if you you don't have the option of saying no, we don't want to, no, we can't. If they ask for it, you have to submit it over. So that's why there's this like weird gray area. And recently Trump has said he's going to ban TikTok, which, you know, all the millennials were like, oh no. All the millennials are freaking out. They're like, you cannot take our TikTok. And the question is this legal? Can Trump do this? Kind of. It is not legal, but there is an American law that doesn't have any precedent for blocking software in that way. So it seems super unlikely that he can do that. However, the Committee of Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, they can put TikTok on the entity list that limits its commercial ties to U.S. companies. And it doesn't need congressional approval, and it can cite any U.S. company that does business with them. So if TikTok is on the entity list and you do business with them, aka put them in your app store, aka Apple and the Google App Store, then Google and Apple will not. They will have to take it out. Thus, we won't be able to download the app, and thus we can't use TikTok. But I'm guessing if you already have it, you won't be able to do upgrades, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So it will make it impossible for you to use, and they would fine Apple and Google if it is on there. So it's like really weird. And then Microsoft is like, word, we have entered the chat. So now Microsoft is in conversation saying that they're looking to buy TikTok as early as September. And they see the opportunity of acquiring TikTok, and it would allow them to go toe to toe with Facebook. Because, you know, Facebook has that app coming out called Reels. And it's like Facebook and Instagram's version of TikTok called Reels. So Microsoft has TikTok, it will be a direct competitor with the thing. I don't know. All these, listen, what it sounds like to me is rich people doing rich people shit, buying companies for billions of dollars that affect me in a very minuscule way. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a big TikToker, so I'm not like, oh my God, my world is ending. But I mean, I like to use it. And I like watching very cute boys on there. One of my favorite things is TikTok. Y'all know about TikTok? Look up TikTok on YouTube and get your life. It's beautiful. But my whole thing with this, I think that Trump doesn't have a problem with Trump doesn't care. First of all, we know that Trump does not care about national security and this and that and the other. Trump's real issue with TikTokers is, y'all know back a couple months ago when he had that rally and he was alleging like they were going to be like millions of people have requested tickets, XYZ, yeah. Well, apparently those millions of people were like K-pop TikTokers, and they were online buying out like Trump rallies. So Trump was like, "Ooh, I'm doing so good," and then obviously when it came time, they were trolling. None of them showed up, and Trump was looking real crazy. So y'all know his ego is so fucking gross and intense. That is the thing that like ticked him off and pissed him off. So he doesn't really care about China stealing our information or whatever. It's his ego he's worried about. Also, this same group of K-pop TikTokers, they like buy out a lot of his merch and stuff, and they do videos of them like burning them or like throwing them in the garbage. So that's Trump's concern. Trump don't give a good goddamn about what China's taking. He's best friend to Russia. He don't care. So that's what it's all about. And I guess I hope Microsoft buys TikTok so that we still have it, and then we can still do shady shit to Trump. So who knows? I would say we'll keep you abreast on this subject, but I don't care anymore. Moving right along. Since season 2 of Drag Race, our first guest has shown us that it don't just take nerd to be a fan favorite, it take heart and a whole lot of wit. Y'all make some motherfucking noise for Jujubee!
Hello. Juju. How are you, Monet?
You know, Jujubee, I am great. I am living my best queer purple life, as are you.
You know what is intense and insane and amazing is that I knew you were going to wear purple because the color purple is an amazing color. So I chose to match you.
I also love your hair. This like Marcel coif moment. It's so sleek and chic and fierce.
You know what, girl, when I turned 36, I said to myself, you are going to have some fierce hair. And it's the 20s, so why not?
That makes sense. Love, love, love that. Wait, Jujubee, so when you were first on Drag Race, how old were you?
25. I actually...
25.
I got the phone call when the day I turned 25. And they told me, hey, happy birthday, boom. And I was like, whoa, this is like the best birthday present ever.
But to be fair, when you went on to season 2, I mean, did you think that you were gonna step into this thing that would change the rest of your life?
I already knew what you were gonna ask, girl. No, I honestly, what I thought was happening is I thought I was just gonna compete to be America's next drag superstar, and that was gonna be it. And I was gonna go back to working at the makeup counter. You know, that's what I thought.
At MAC, because you were a MAC makeup artist.
At MAC Cosmetics, and I worked at Vidal Sassoon as a receptionist. I did all of that.
Now, I have to say, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, in the last episode of the show, and I've marveled at your mug before, but there's that shot of you, it's coming from like your left side, and I'm just like looking at you paint, and I was like, Jujubee is the perfect blend of like the drag, like the cut crease and like the chiseling of the cheek and like making the magic, but also so soft and feminine and pretty. I'm like, then I was reading up and I was like, oh, she worked at MAC. That makes sense. Like that's the generation of queens that learned how to do drag, but make it still soft and cut.
We just, girl, you know what we did? We would overblend and then we would go back with like a pencil brush and just draw that fine line in so it looks a little bit more draggy, but you know, I like to be buffed out, girl.
Very, very Kevin Aquan.
Very Kevin Aquan, girl. Just a little touch, a little nugget of makeup.
I always wondered, what do you consider yourself, Jujubee? Do you consider yourself a comedy queen?
I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. I believe that to call myself a comedy queen would be a misnomer only because I'm not writing my own jokes. I'm just saying what's on my mind.
Right.
So I don't. Do you consider me a comedy queen, Miss Monet?
Well, I do. I would be like Michelle said, like her and us, the viewers, like we're looking at you and Miss Cracker for the funny. Like we know, like these two bitches on this season are the funny ones. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
in that regard, definitely.
I mean, girl, and I'm so glad you brought up Miss Cracker. I love her so much.
Now, Jujubee, you trying to steal my homegirl? You know that's been my sister soldier for 5 years now.
But listen, sharing is caring. I feel like this. I feel like I can have a little chip of this cracker.
Jumping back to the comedy thing, I think that is what made you like fly above the bullshit in this season because
Mhm.
you were coming at it from the funny. Although Miss Cracker is funny and she kind of found herself deep in it in the end of the season. But like, how do you think you navigated that? Because a lot of queens, every queen except you, basically kind of stepped in it in a little bit at some point, but you just flew above it the whole time. Like, was that an active strategy of yours? Is that just how the chips fell?
Monet, I've been working on this idea of remaining calm
Mm-hmm.
and soaring over the unnecessaries for
Mm-hmm.
a few years now. And I think I'm just more spiritually connected to myself than I ever was. And being in the
Mm-hmm.
competition, I was like, this is the goal, airline. You got to get to the end. And then when you get to the end, there's a really big chance that you could win this crown. That's the mindset that I had. And I also went to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it should be fun.
So is this why you waited so long? Because the rumor mill, the Twitters and the Reddits has said that you had been asked on previous seasons, but you're like, nah, not this one. No, I don't want
Well,
to do that one.
well, I never said no. It just, I don't think the universe said it, the universe didn't want me to do it. So
Got
I
you.
had to listen to her.
Got you. I got you. And then in that time, you were still working in the city, and is that when you had released Good Juju One? When did Good Juju One come out? Because am I
Good Juju
crazy?
Volume 1 came out actually, gosh, I'm crazy because I can't even remember it. It came out like a month and a half ago.
Got it. Got it. So
And
the
then Volume
follow-up
2
came out
just
so
came out.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I wanted to do was my strategy behind that was to just give bits and pieces of me because I
Mhm.
know that when I sit down and listen to an album, I'm unsure that I'll listen to the entire album at once. And I
Mm.
wanted people to know that I was interested in making music with Volume 1. Like, Volume 1 has 4 love songs just written from different points of view. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
there's the fun one about dating. Then there's the one about like, oh, I like this guy. He doesn't treat me like my ex did. And then there's the one that's like, this isn't a real relationship. And there's Don't Wanna Love, which
Mhm.
I feel like you've heard, which is something really personal. And I think that
Yeah.
that was really good therapy for me.
Well, I think that in going back to All Stars a bit, like going in like in your talent show to see, yes, we've seen Queen sing love songs and we've seen Queen sing live, but yours stuck out because it just felt super emotional. And not to discredit, I don't want people to think I'm shady, not to throw shade to any girls before, but you just had a connection to the song. Like you felt like you were really singing this
Mhm.
from
Oh
real
yeah.
experiences that changed your
Oh
life.
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I wrote this song with my friend Tony and my producer Aaron Aiken. Like, this song has gone through such a process,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting because when you write music, you're only writing the thought right then and there. And
Right.
as I grew within that like year, it changed to what it is now on Volume 1.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and I feel like that does happen, and I let it happen. So I'm happy about that.
And then with this, with these two albums, you were topping charts, girl. You were at what? You were in the number one position.
I was it. Okay, so Good Juju Volume 2 was number 1 on the singer-songwriters iTunes
Gag.
chart. And then Volume 1 was on number 7 at the same time. So I was just sitting in my apartment like what is happening? What is happening? Like
Right.
I feel like I've prayed for these moments, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know, you're a blessing. You're blessing me right now. So thank you. You
Now,
know it too,
Juju.
girl.
Yeah, no. I definitely listen. Since I first discovered the love of Drag Race, something that has obviously changed my life, and so grateful for it. You were a personality and a person that I gravitated to immediately when I started. Because season 2 was the first season I watched, and I didn't start on season 1. Still haven't watched it.
Why not, girl? Girl, it's
I
nice.
know,
It's nice.
I know. I'll watch it. I should have watched it in quarantine, honestly, but that's neither here or there. But like, you have been a fan favorite before people knew what a fan favorite was. Like, you are just someone that people are drawn to. Like, what is that about you? Why?
I asked myself that too, and I feel like maybe I just give you everything that I am. I just
Hmm.
you don't have to figure me out. I'm here. I'm present, and I think that my purpose in all of life is to just spread love and to spread light because I feel like I feel like there's so many things out there in the world that dampen the greatness that we all are, right?
Yeah.
So I just like to leave like little nuggets of light here and there, and little happiness. I think that's why people like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And also, you're very cute. That helps.
Do you think I'm cute? Yeah, I'm cute.
Now.
You know what they say, right? Once you go Asian, that's all you be craving. You like that? You like that?
I do like that. That's good. Flashing back, looking at your All Stars 5 journey, is there anything that you regret? Is there anything that you would change?
No. And you know why? I have learned to not regret things and to not have any resentments towards things. I'm constantly trying to better myself and trying to accept the things as they are. And you know, I feel like if we live in regrets, you're just living in the past, and there's no way to do that.
Yeah. Is there any one challenge that you felt like you should have won that you didn't?
You know, I would have loved to win that challenge that Miss Cracker won, where we were outside of Michelle Visage's free clinic. That was nice. But Cracker was really funny too. Maybe it could have been a double win.
Oh God! You know, I mean, I ain't mad at the ties, but I'm also over the ties.
Monet.
That, you know what you say, you can, but a lot of people were saying I would, which is kind of shady to me. They were like, I wouldn't be mad this season if there was a tie this season. Like, this season feel like it's earned. I was like, y'all
how did it make you feel? Like, how did it make you feel when
I was like, fuck all y'all. I got my shit, so I don't care what y'all think now.
And girl, congratulations. You deserve it, honey.
Thank you. In quarantine, are you, well, quarantine is kind of over, but it's not really. But are you going to give us any home concerts? I would buy tickets to see a live Juju performance.
Well, here's the thing. I definitely have something coming up. It's going to be on the 15th at 6 p.m. And yep, it is called the Good Juju Experience. So what's happening is it's gonna be on digitalpridefest.com at 6 p.m. Saturday, August 15th. And it's gonna be me singing all of my songs live. And you're gonna see some videos of me just chatting about the process. I think it's really interesting that I'm doing this backwards, because I feel like any artist, when we make music, we do all the touring first, but we can't do that right now. Yeah. So this is kind of like an unplugged, a Jujubee Untucked.
Jujubee Untucked. I like that. All right. So wait, is the link going to be in your Insta bio? Or we can also put it in the description box below so people know where to get tickets to go.
Of course. Like, and all the information is going to be on jujubeeonline.com. And like I said, it's on digitalpridefest.com. But that's going to coincide with something that I'm coming out with. I'm coming out with a vinyl. So that's
my God, I'm very into that.
I know, and since there's volume 1 and volume 2 of Good Juju, it's gonna be on either side.
Oh, word! That's so dope.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't have like an actual like physical form of my music. I only have everything digital, so this is really exciting for me. Like, I get to hold it.
And also, you know, it's like a new thing now that people are making these like really cool, dope things to play records. Like, I literally saw one on TikTok the other day. It was like the top of a Poland Spring bottle with like some needle connected to a Bluetooth speaker. And I was like, how is this devil magic working? But vinyls are becoming popular again. And I think that's really dope. It's a good time.
I think it's so dope. Girl, you need to check out the video where they take a piece of wood, like a trunk, and they slice it the same width as a vinyl, and it plays music.
No, it does not.
It does. And it plays like a symphony. It's eerie because you hear the tree. You got to check it out.
Oh, yeah, I want to do that. But also, I feel like I need to light some sage in my house before I do that shit, girl. I'm going to start with
some sage, some
spirits going to start popping up in my fucking house. I don't know about all that, but I'll trust you with some. Maybe give me some good juju. Jujubee, thank you so much for taking the time to have chat with me. Thank you for you showed me your kitty off camera, and they're very cute. Maybe my kitty and your kitty and Violet's kitty can have like a play date or something.
You don't really know kitties, do you? You just got your kitty.
I did.
You just got your kitty. Okay, you got your kitty, and I told you that the kitty runs the house. Was I right?
You are 100% right. You are right. She does what she wants when she wants. I just feed her, and because she's hairless, I wipe her booty because she can't take care of that properly all the time.
Will you wipe my booty too? Because I'm hairless.
Gladly. Jujubee, thank you so much for being here, girl. I love you so much. And I can't wait. I'll be at the Digital Pride Fest listening to some live Jujubee.
Please do. I love you so much. I love you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, my love. Mwah! Woo! Green rooms are supposed to be safe spaces, but not when you're coming on set. Here's footage of me forcing Trevor Jackson to answer questions about money at knife point.
I think what we should use for currency is seeds, because I feel like those are harvest fruits. Those could be valuable to survive, so maybe something like that. My very first job was a little kid who was trying to find Santa Claus in a show called the Beef and Boards Christmas Show. 7 years old, and I tap danced with Rudolph slippers on. First big purchase, a house. That was probably my biggest purchase. But I guess my first big purchase probably be like a surfboard, maybe. Obama. No, he needs to get a $100 bill. Okay, $20 bill. Prince. And because I love Prince. No, I cannot. I'm gonna try though. Pounds. US dollars. That's about it. Happiness. I'm joking. I'm making my ads, but it can buy you a car. Love.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of my, what I like to call a queen's queen. Like, she is the queen's queen and one of the most controversial headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Willam.
Hi, Monét. How you doing, girl?
What is in your head?
It's a little light so people can not put me under a bushel. Now, did Daddy Warbucks tell you that you're not allowed to swim once you get that perm? You can't go in his indoor pool.
Well, you know, I don't get my hair wet. I can't get my hair wet. My mama told me I can't. Willam, how are you, bitch?
I'm good. I'm finding useful ways to be productive during the quarantine, like we all are, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are known for always being resourceful, always making content. Your Patreon is crazy. You have a super successful podcast. You have your super successful YouTube shows. Like, coming off of Drag Race, were you like, I'm gonna do this thing like that. Like, I'm gonna be this mogul of your own making, or were you like, girl, let the chips fall where they may?
When I was 23, I did a Ryan Murphy show and thought I was going to be famous. Right. You know, I went from an extra to being a guest star to being recurring. Like, he wrote stuff for me, and it was such an honor. And I thought, oh, cool, I'm going to be famous now. I'm going to be on a CW show. And then I didn't work for a year. So when I went on drag gigs,
including drag gigs?
I wasn't doing club gigs at that point.
Oh, got you.
But I didn't book an acting job for like almost a year. So when I was 29 and did Drag Race, I knew what I did on the show was going to cause some controversy and get me some press and shit.
Yeah.
And at that point, people do reality shows and they're like, ooh, like dive into the pool, like swim up to the bar. I'm like, no, bitch, do laps. This is the time to work, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you need to make that 15 minutes go to 15:01, 15:02. So I've kind of just been like, I knew it was my last ditch chance to become what I thought I could become, or at least get closer to it. So I just tried to use it to my advantage. And like every day I would wake up, do something for my career. And now it's just like, wake up, try not to get canceled.
With cancel culture is such a big thing. I had Bunny on here recently, and she told me her opinions on cancel culture. You know, obviously you worked with Bunny for years. Bunny's like, girl,
those Down syndrome kids tried to come for her.
Did they?
Yeah, the drag syndrome girls, because Bunny says the R word a lot.
Oh God, she does. But Bunny is so irreverent. Bunny's like, I am an old ass man. I'ma say what old men say, and that's it.
You know what? Bunny said it during the Continental Congress. She can say it now.
So flashing back to acting. So you were an actor before Drag Race, and you've been an actor through and through. And let's talk about your Emmy nomination. Girl, how you feel about that?
Which one?
Wait,
the makeup one, which I had no business getting.
Okay, wait, time out. You had a makeup Emmy for what?
I was nominated for the for makeup for doing my own face on East Siders. Me, Manila, Marta Bichu, and Katya, we were all nominated. The showrunner thought of that. He was like, well, you guys did your own face, you know, your main characters.
Gag.
So he got us nominated. And then the acting one was just out of left field. I didn't win, but the woman that won for Best Guest Star, the Emmy, she had all her scenes with me in the show. So like, I feel like I contributed a little bit to her. And the guy that did one, he's in like his 70s. I got plenty of chances. I'm good. I had a cute little shirt that says "Shirt Happens" because I didn't win.
Well, that is, I mean, so it's you, Raven, and Delta are the only three queens from the show who have ever been nominated for Emmys. And Manila now, I guess, as well.
And Katya, but Delta won.
Delta won hers. Raven didn't win hers. Right.
Raven hasn't won yet. I hope she wins this year, though, because Ru looks amazing.
He does. Ru looks so good. Do you still watch the show? Obviously Race Chaser, but I listen to some Race Chasers, and Willam clearly be like, girl, I ain't listened, but I read the notes. Do you
No.
try not to watch?
My thing is, I watch a show, I don't watch Untucked.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I miss
same.
a lot of the little stuff. And honestly, I think the show, the proof of concept is there because Amsterdam, Canada, Thailand, they're all successful without RuPaul. So even though I may not be like buddy with Ru, I'm not watching it for her. I'm watching it for the girls. I'm watching it for the talent and like seeing my friends and stuff. Like RuPaul at this point is ancillary. So like, I'm cool. Like she doesn't do it for me, but she doesn't need to do it for me. She did it for me for years. So, you know.
Wait, hold on. I'm asking Siri what ancillary means because that was a big one. I'm trying to digest that word, girl. I'm joking a little bit.
I think it means like kind of like extra.
Got
extraneous, like when your anus falls out and you got an extra anus. Ooh, girl, you want to see my rosebud? Oh shit!
You better be in full drag, girl. You best believe I am in a harness and a t-shirt, and that's my drag right now.
No, I'm about to film some Beatdown. I'm really lucky that I live with the people that I make my videos with. My video empire of me, someone, and someone. We all live together, and my studio is 4 blocks from my house, and then I just been doing my house, Palm Springs, and my studio. That's it.
So I'm talking about the Beatdown. So Beatdown, that was your conception. You've been doing it for what, 4 years now?
2013, I think, or 2012.
And it gets massive views, so people love the Beatdown.
Yeah, I'm thankful people are watching, and my nail just fell off.
Girl, I am hoping and praying. My middle finger on this hand is about to jump. I'm praying she stays put.
I have my Patreon on my YouTube. I have all different kinds of videos, but on my Patreon right now, I'm doing a watch along of RuPaul's Masterclass. And,
no, you are not.
Yes, I am. I'm not putting it on YouTube. It's only for the people on my Patreon who have a sense of humor enough that they're there and they know me. But
I am subscribing right now. I have to listen.
I subscribe to you guys too. I subscribe to you and Courtney. I just think that it's a fun way to look at it because she taught me so much. I did a book report on her book. I wanted to learn, and I knew certain things were going to be in there. I knew she was going to have a Diana Ross story. I knew she was going to have her mom. But as soon as she started telling some of these stories, I could repeat them verbatim. Because like, and when she's like telling people, no, don't put your hands in your pockets. They won't trust you. Like random stuff like that. I'm just like, it's hilarious to me. She talks about the dark night of the soul twice.
The dark night of the soul. I don't know what that even means.
Whoa, she's talking about the dark night of the soul. And I was like, Girl, tell us how to do contour. But it's nice because she had Raven, and Raven lost her show twice and does her makeup now. So like we get to learn it from her in the last episode. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm going to.
Willam.
Some people think of me as a troll. I think of myself more as a garden gnome. Do you know how garden gnomes came to exist? It's because in the old days in England, they used to pay like homeless people to sit somewhere on their property that they couldn't see to like scare people away or tell them a riddle or something. So I'm just waiting for them to do that to me somewhere. Like rub my belly.
What do you think about this past season of Drag Race? Not All Stars, season 12.
I'm obsessed with Jada. I love Gigi. Gigi wore some of my clothes and shoes.
Oh, did she really?
Mm-hmm. Crystal Method. Gigi, the whole like Troop Beverly Hills look, that was all mine.
Really?
Yeah. A couple things.
Okay, I can say this. Since my season 10, on almost every regular season and All Stars, I have known girls who have worn some of your stuff. Bitch, how big is this closet that you are clothing multiple seasons of Drag Race?
Well, the first section is really quite small. But, girl, I'll tilt up. That's the first section right there. Can you see that?
Oh my God, Willam. Okay, can you just tell us approximately how many pieces you lent out?
I can look on the wall and literally count.
Oh, so you have like a whole inventory list.
Girl, I have a sign out because of one of our friends who sometimes accept it and come back, and I'd be like, "Where's my belt?" Like when I was trying to wear it. So now I write everything down.
Word.
And I get everything back, or I charge them. Over 10 things gone between.
10.
Yeah.
God.
And some of them, I'm like, you really want to wear that? Naomi already wore that and lip synced in it.
What? Oh, is it the green thing?
No, that green thing, she wore a gold Dolce & Gabbana corset belt with it, and that was mine.
Word.
She also wore my yellow fur on the runway.
Yes, the yellow fur she wore with her fantastic plastic.
Mm-hmm, that little, like, pink.
I was sure that Michelle was, because you know Michelle is still anti-fur. I was like, oh, Michelle is going to drag this bitch for this fur, but she surprisingly didn't say anything, which I was shocked.
Honestly, fuck Michelle Visage. Like, I don't care. Fur was around before Michelle, and it'll be around after her. Is it nice to kill those animals? No, but I don't buy any new fur. I only buy like thrift store fur or eBay fur.
Right, gotcha. And now let's talk about your book, Willam. You have, so Suck Less. It is the title of your book, and also your makeup company or your makeup brand talks about Suck Less and why Suck Less for the name of your makeup and your book.
I just thought it was. I'm not trying to like perfect the world. I'm not trying to sell a false myth to someone. I'm not trying to make people take beauty advice from me. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get people to suck less a little bit, and like glitter and like advice on like how to be skinny without like fucking up your hair. Yeah. Like stuff like that. I just feel like drag queens, whenever we go into the country at customs, they're always like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a drag queen. They're like, what is that? And I was like, well, it's like a celebrity, except we do everything better and prettier. Because like celebrities now, the Housewives, they branch out into like margarita mix and like, you know, yoga pants and like all the stuff that drag queens can also do. We can branch out into so many different areas of media, podcasts, books, prostitution, teeth whitening. There's so many things and opportunities for us now. And I'm just trying to take advantage of all of them.
I got you. One of my favorite Willam stories is we were at New York, or maybe it was LA Drag Con. My first LA Drag Con, you had these glory hole stickers and you were tagging them everywhere, all over the floors, on people's booths and the urinals. And allegedly they like threatened to fine you like $20,000 if you didn't get these stickers off everywhere. Is that true?
They threatened to fine me $10,000.
$10,000.
And that was, but then they tried to get me for 10 for something else too, which was immediately shut down. But the first one, I had to peel up all the stickers that I put down, which was just in my line. The other stickers, those were from people putting them there, because I would give them out if it was your birthday or if you bought one, or like if you were in a wheelchair, you get one on the back of the chair. Like I was telling people, tag it, do whatever you want, you know? And the reason they were being so uppity that year about it was because they got fined $10,000 from the LA Convention Center due to excess glitter. If you have loose glitter anywhere, On any table in the whole thing, they can charge you for glitter cleanup, $10,000.
Well, to be fair, that $10,000 is a steal because that glitter will be here until the fucking second coming of Christ. Glitter does not go away. I get it.
Yes, glitter is drag queen herpes. It does not go away. Yeah, they tried to get me, but it didn't work. And, drag always finds its way to float to the top. Or verse to the top.
We're verse on the top. Now, going into this, with quarantine and corona and everything, how is your relationship with acting? Like, I know LA is open, like a lot of things are open for filming in LA. I have friends that are like taking pictures on sets. I'm like, gag. Are we going to get more movies? Like, what's the tea?
Right now I'm writing stuff to hopefully produce when stuff can be more produced. I don't honestly like everything's like, it feels like the town is operating at 10%, if that makes sense. It's like deserted still on the streets. I've had like 10 friends move. I don't know where it's going. I'm just trying to keep my nose down and focus on myself and keep all that out there, because if it gets in here, then it gets under my lace front and I have to like clean it, get those thoughts out. So I have no answers. Like people are asking me on Cameo, they're like, will you give me advice on how to get through the quarantine? And I was like, yeah, save your money and stop spending it on stupid drag queens.
Hello? Girl, sometimes these fans are like, I'm very grateful and I'm happy people are buying stuff, but like my merch shop is like booming. I'm like, how are people spending their money on merch? They should be like holding on to their coins, girl. Who knows when this shit is gonna be over? It's so crazy.
Agreed.
Yeah, nuts.
But buy my merch.
Right? No, I mean, I don't want to stop you, but I think
people are buying more merch because everybody's eating during the quarantine and they just need to get a bigger size now. I gained like 10 pounds for sure.
Oh, girl, I don't want to put a number on I fucking gained. I'm so embarrassed for myself, but that's neither here or there.
I think that's the hair. There's so many bundles.
I know, right? This I got this from Sarah Andrews' wig takeout, and I'm like
1-800 takeout. Yeah, she does good hair. I have a couple from her.
So good. Well, I know you are the human hair girl.
What?
I know that you're the human hair girl.
Sometimes, but I do synthetics too. I found out the easiest way to transition from synthetic to human hair is you just get a bunch of guys to nut in the synthetic wig, and then it's like half human.
So I guess I have more human hair wigs than I thought I did.
God is good.
All the time. Willam, listen, before you go, I want to say thank you for having me part of the spelling bee that we did. Honestly, Willam in Alaska asked me, I said yes, it's fucking Willam in Alaska, absolutely. And it was so fun. We raised some great money for
like 20
cause.
grand.
20 grand is playing a spelling bee with idiots like Mariah and Meatball. It was hysterical. It was so fun.
But weren't you on the winning team?
No, y'all won.
Were you blue?
I was team blue with Alaska.
Oh, that's Alaska's team. Oh, yeah, you didn't win.
No, we were team pink.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave meeting. You didn't win. No, I'm kidding. You did good though. Y'all should have won, but that bamboozlement at the end.
The bamboozlement, girl.
Well, Sasha did it to Shay. It's fair.
Is it still available to watch so people can donate still?
Yeah, there's a link on the YouTube, I think, or somewhere. If you go to Race Chaser, there's links for it, and we're still donating the teaser that I put up for it on the Patreon. The money from that Patreon video, because you know how it's paid by the video, that's also going to Glitz too. So like, I was a little surprised because I asked a bunch of people to do it. You were top of the list, you and Bob. But there were other people that said they would, and then they didn't like call back. And I was like, what else are you fucking doing? Some winners from the show. And I was like, if you can't get it together now, like girl. I realized I've always been an internet girl. I've always been that internet thing. So like for me right now, it's just like business as usual without the club gigs. But the girls that aren't adapting and that are refusing to move forward with the drag how they can right now. I mean, I'm glad they're being trained and they have their beards and stuff, but like, give us what we want. Give us the drag. Yeah, girl. And especially for a charity. Like, it's now more than ever, I feel like it's such a great time to give to charity, whether it's Black Lives Matter or queer causes. Like, girl, it was what? It was an hour and a half of my time. You know what I mean? And you're getting a drag. Think of other shit you can record so that you're not wasting your, whatever people's excuses are. Just like, think of other shit to do. Make content. Yeah, and there's so much stuff to do that, that if you can't find something to do, I don't know, man.
This is a question I've always wanted to ask you, and we'll leave it here. Is there a reality you could ever see yourself going back to compete on Drag Race?
Compete? No.
Yeah. Never. Like just there is nothing. What if they were like, we're doing $1 million prize and we want you back for All Stars 10 or some shit. Would you go back?
You know that when you sign up for a reality show, you give away power to control your life and the storyline and all that. I was able to do it my season really well. If you watch any time that I win something, which was like 5 times on my season, 3 minis, 2 mains.
Not to brag.
I keep a total straight face. I don't crack at all. It's like sociopathic, but I wanted to give them 0 editing options. So
really,
I like to be in control a lot of my own like tea. And I know that they could ruin me with 1 stroke of an editing pen and they have no reason not to. So I kind of just like make a joke, jump along. Like people were asking me about RuPaul during my Emmy stuff, like when I was campaigning. And I was like, RuPaul should have been nominated for an acting Emmy because she acts like she likes most of us. And little things like that, just like a quick button and then we move on. I don't think I ever want to work with World of Wonder again though. But a lot of great people work there.
I mean, I've been lucky. I've been one of the girls that have had really good experiences with Drag Race, but I do acknowledge that some girls don't have those experiences. And, you know, you can't take that away from people. Like that's what people experience, and you have to allow them to experience that. So
honestly, though, I deserve the hate from them. I came into their show, broke a bunch of rules, tried to get kicked off, wasn't playing in fairness or the spirit of the show, and then eventually forced Ru's hand to kick me off. But like, why would they be mad? I gave them good TV. So I don't think I will ever do All Stars at this point.
Got you. Well,
but I also don't need to. Everything that they asked me to do, bitch, Star is Born, All Stars. And you see what they did to Shangela, she was in Star is Born too.
Yeah, Miss Shanji. I love Shanji. She's so crazy.
Shanji, baby.
Miss Shanji. Willam, thank you so much for stopping by. You are never one short of words, and you are never one to not give your opinion, and I love you for that.
Girl, I'm a thesaurus.
Okay, listen, make sure y'all catch Willam on the Beatdown. His Patreon is popping. His podcast is popping. Willam, thank you for being here, bitch.
Of course. I love you, my Diamond Crown Queen.
I love you, babe.
Bye.
Woo! Guys, that's it, girl. Another episode. I feel like we're at 60 episodes. What are we going to do for 100? Should we do like something fierce? Hopefully by 100 we're back in the studio. I mean, it's kind of unlikely right now, but I hope we're back in the studio. And we can do like a big party, a big celebration and whatever. But we're well on our way. Thank you guys for always watching and sticking up for your girl Monet. I'm happy with this hair, even though I was fucking sweating the whole time. My fan died. Patty didn't charge it. Wow. Until next time, thank y'all for watching, and remember to always keep your currency in check. Peace.